Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Fata Morga. Over the Necron side we have got Yazoo55. And on the opposing side, aptly named as the Khorne Bezerkers playing as the World Eaters, well, we've just got Khorne Bezerker. And joining me once again for another wonderful, amazing cast, it is TheLaughingMax. How are you doing, young man?
Hi, I'm doing great. So let's see how this this matchup goes on our favorite sandy map again. I don't think we will get away from this anytime soon.
This is where we live. This is where we make our stand. But yeah, this should be a really good map. Oh, not a good map. Sorry, a good match-up. After all, it's a bunch of melee, spiky blood dudes versus some metal lads who get to come back every now and then once they're killed. So should be full of action, this one.
Yeah, it's actually just for the players, to give a little backside on the players. Yazoo is one of the stronger players in the mod. He is mostly known, or how should I say, he's the best in the vanilla race because he played a lot of vanilla prior to Unification, so Necrons should be a faction he is really good with. And on player strength he's also, I think, better than Khorne Berserk. I played against him, I cast a few games of him already. He plays solely Khorne Berserkers. How would you how would you think with this name?
Well, it's good that he does, because I mean, obviously, as we all know, Khorne is the best Chaos God. So he's on the right side. At least he's on the right side for me. So I don't normally root for a particular player in these casts, but I'm certainly in the Khorne team for this one. So we do have a Necron Lord on the way out. Going to get a couple of Necron Warriors as well. We do have a Dark Apostle that's recently been summoned. He will be recruiting himself some Dark Disciples. And I love that the way that these Dark Disciples walk. They just kind of just hobble around everywhere. It's very aesthetically pleasing, I must say.
Yeah, that's the opener he always does. He doesn't change much. He always goes Dark Apostle into a lot of Khorne Marines. The Dark Apostle is really good combatant by itself, but he has one ability that it's like a shroud ability you could think of. It increases the movement speed of the Apostle and surrounding troops, and decreases range damage taken. He will probably use it right next to his Khorne Marines, maybe now. You will see it eventually.
The caster's curse, where you predict something will happen and then it doesn't happen. Happens to me all the time. But yeah, so we do have some Necron warriors that are moving towards this obelisk to try and push these guys off. Ghost turret in the base at the moment, just in case the Khorne Marines have any funny business ideas, and they'll just charge straight in. And look at this glorious Dark Apostle getting up close and personal, swiping these guys around in the chops.
Yeah, there you saw the ability. They have this little fork around, so they move slow and take less range damage. They still felt the blast of the obelisk there. I assure you, this does not go off easily. All the models are hurt. The Gauss turret is here and shooting away. The longer it stays around, the more damage it deals. It's one of the best turrets in the game. So yeah, let's see how he stays here. A little melee with the Khorne Marines, something you will also never regret because you get more resources. But yeah, a lot of models dropping here.
Oh yeah, definitely. That Necron Lord is seriously taking these boys to the cleaners. Staying over a little bit too long for my liking for these guys. I mean, these guys also are quite, I would dare I say, quite expensive to replace. Oh, let me have a quick ganders. Yeah, 65 blue money to replace, so that's quite a lot of econ being wasted just there. But like you say, doesn't matter who dies, as long as someone dies and we get some blood tribute for the World Eaters to make use of.
I never actually realized how expensive one singular Khorne Marine is. 65 requisition. That is like a normal Space Marine costs 50. Holy.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's it's not a light investment. Necron Lord deciding to continue the chase, but then again, now that they've been reinforced with a couple more Khorne Marines, he's deciding to not go to them at all, really.
Yeah, there's even another one crossing the bridge now, so we have 3 squads of Khorne Marines, some Bloodpack troopers maybe to support, but let's see, that's a lot of machines versus red dudes. Let's see what happens here.
That's it, Necron warriors not getting to get involved into close combat. You normally see them just kind of walk in and slap people about, but like we said, they don't want to get involved too much into close combat, as that is where the Khorne Marines really do shine. All going to fall back, going to get a second Ghost turret being popped up just over the ridge near the obelisks. And we do have a big red shining thing going on around these Khorne Marines. Do we know what that does?
That is a sacrifice. You can sacrifice Khorne Marines, expensive Khorne Marines, to restore morale and increase damage. Normally you won't see it on Khorne Marines, as you see they are really expensive, but there is a Cultist Command Squad which can do pretty much the same, but only cost you 15 requisition.
Oh, well, that's rather nice. Quite a splendid ability there. Necron are going to teleport straight in the middle, and he's just throwing these guys around like ragdolls, to be honest. He doesn't mind having a good scrap with them. Dark Apostle zoning out these Necron warriors, but will have to fall back as his Khorne allies are running back. Current economy at the moment is 97 and 20 compared to 60% and 80. Forbidden Archive being constructed at this present moment in time. We don't have anything in the way of tier 2, although we do have... Oh no, we've got a Blood Apothecarian, which is tier 2 for the World Eaters, I do believe.
Yeah, and he goes for some interesting upgrades, going with the Surgery Adrenaline, increases the movement speed of all troops, so he's all for the movement speed, with the Dark Apostle buff as well, Bionics, and so basic damage and more health. Interesting. The Dark Apostle, you saw him trying to focus on the Necrolord. This is exactly what he wants to do, because he is stronger than the Necrolord, but now that there is the Forbidden Archive, I would think there is a phase shift now and a solar pulse maybe, so yeah, the time to kill the Necrolord is over, I think. Oh, and some Flayed ones here as well. Flayed ones are very good. They against this amount of Khorne Marines, I'm not sure, but generally they wreck in melee. But yeah, they're currently just slowly walking away, getting shot in the back.
Yeah, I was going to say, in a straight-up 1v1, a Flayed one will probably beat a Khorne Marine all day long, especially with their ability to negate the morale. But then again, with the Khorne Marines able to self-sacrifice to regain the morale, maybe it's not going to be a major position for this. Demon Hearst chasing around that Necron Lord. Not sure what he was doing there, but certainly a brave Demon Hearst nonetheless. Disruption Field finishing off for the Necron Warriors, increasing their ranged capabilities. John Cena Beam coming down over there, forcing the Khorne Marines away from the Necrons as they try and decap this critical location in the middle of the map. So it's all a bit of a standoff at the moment.
Yeah, a little, how should I say, single-minded, however you want to put it. It's like the same strategy he does always. Like if you would add a Cultist Command Squad for the cheaper Sacrifice, for example, would add so much to this composition, or any second leader, you would say. But he sticks to a lot of Khorne Knight Marines, and now he has some Bloodpack Troopers that got a heavy stopper for... Does it suppress? At least it has long range support. Always good to have your Bloodpack Troopers in a second line, like your Khorne Marines in the front line, and then your Bloodpack Troopers supporting behind it. Always a good idea. I think he also researched grenades, or is he now researching? Yeah, he's just researching grenade. A little late on this one, sadly. So no grenades for this upcoming fight here.
Well, the Flayed ones are going to be teleporting in. And like you say, well, he may do the same strategy almost every single game, but that is the Khorne way. There's no need for strategies in the 41st Millennium. All you need to do is just take your super genetically altered soldiers and charge them into the front lines again and again until they eventually win. Necronlord throwing down a John Cena Beam, but these Khorne Marines have been manoeuvred around so they can still fire at least a little bit. Dark Apostle, though, not looking too healthy at the moment.
Yeah, it's, he has taken quite a lot of beating. The Necron Lord is low, but he is phase shifted here, will not take any damage. Buying enough time, buying just any time basically. Tier 2 is also now up for Necrons, so we see what he's going for. Getting Wraith fight, so he wants to have some Wraiths to probably harass the enemy economy, because the Altars of Khorne, the listing posts for the World Eaters, do not have any shooty bits, as you would call it, so they cannot defend themselves from like this cheap threats in form of this canoptic wraith.
Absolutely, and from what I understand as well, that the World Eaters, when they're in combat, they get it's more blue money, isn't it? Like their requisition goes up by quite a lot, and there is quite a lot of blue money spare for Khorne Bezerker at the moment. Has gone for Blood Mechanicum, so we'll be expecting, I assume, if we're going for this melee theme, probably some Dreadnoughts Deep Strike into the base.
I mean, for the economy, it is dependent on which unit goes into melee. For the Khornite Marines and the Bloodpack Troopers, it's only requisition, but for example, for your commanders, you get income bonuses for requisition and power. So it depends on the unit. Also, the percentage you get bonus also depends if it's a commander, if it's just a random Marine. So it's very, how should I say, very complex in that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see a Testudo support from the Blood Mechanicum. Canoptic Wraiths slicing away at these Altars of Khorne. We did just witness a Demon Hearse try and 1v1 a Wraith, which was quite brave of it. I mean, died, but, you know, we appreciate the effort. Anyway, the Dark Apostle will charge in once again, but this is quite a lot of stuff for him to deal with. Lots of Necron warriors, got a Canoptic Wraith in the mix. Ghoster as well, firing from a distance as well. This is not looking like it's going to be an easy fight for the Khorne Bezerker here.
Yeah, it's like the only thing missing basically for Necrons is some Ghost shotguns. And also we see in the backside of the Necron base the Kratos Summoning Core, so the very much feared 2.5 for Necrons is approaching, and normally if you haven't like dealt immense damage to Necrons, if they hit tier 2.5, it's yeah, all she wrote. Because they make the March of Doom, as you can see here, 4 squads of Necron warriors all getting fully reinforced. Not sure why he doesn't go for Ghost Reapers. Maybe it's the vanilla curse. I only go vanilla units because I don't know the rest.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. If I'm ever playing a faction that was around in the vanilla, I can't get my head into Unification mode. Testudo Transport taking care of this Canoptic Wraith after it's killed a Altar of Khorne. But yeah, they're going to need something a lot more substantial to take on this unending march. I'm going to go for a chosen Berserker squad, which will certainly do some damage to these Necron warriors, but there are a lot of them. There are a hell of a lot of them.
Yeah, it's like, how do you deal with them? They reanimate, you cannot shoot at them because you have these, you call it John Cena beam. There are even now Immortals in there. And I tell you, Immortals, if you go them, play them, get into a Unification mode and get those Tesla-like Harbines, they are so good. He's not.
Oh, we do have a flanking maneuver going down.
Oh, yeah.
Khornite sandwich with the Necrons as the mate, as these Marines try and move around, but they've been gone in by the Necron Lord and his big shiny beam. A Locust Destroyer on his way as well, going to be providing some firing support. But these Necrons have got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They might need to teleport away from this, and they will do indeed. You don't want to get your Necron warriors caught out of position like that.
Yeah, and one thing, if you notice, like this little shiny swords they have, the sergeant or the aspiring champions. This is a research only available if you go. Is it demonology? There's like a pseudo path you can take for the World Eaters in the beginning, either demonology or technomancy or whatever it's called. He chose that one and got this special upgrade for your aspiring champions, where they got these shiny red swords that probably deal more damage or whatnot.
Yeah, I expect that the shinier it is, the more damage it deals. Oh, we are seeing some potential. I saw a big symbol around the Necron warriors that looked like something big was going to happen, but then it was just morale being broken, so I assume that that's some Khornite trickery going on there.
That's an ability that disables active abilities on the squad, so they cannot teleport away, for example.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, these Khorne Marines are certainly getting in there and doing the busy work. Necron warriors not really standing up too well to this. Locust Destroyers are trying to keep these guys back. And I mean, one Khornite Marine squad is going to go down, but there's still plenty more available. Flayed One's going to be teleporting round on the backside, going to tie up some more of these dudes, but this is looking quite quite like a deadly situation for the Necron player to be in.
I mean, but the corpses are stacking. Look at all the dead Khorne Marines here. I think the morale-breaking thingy is the Litany of Despair from the Dark Apostle, which drains a hell of a lot of morale around him. But the Flayed ones, they do not care. They just have no morale. They're unbreakable. Also, Locust Destroyers do not care a lot about morale. So.
Does look like the Dark Apostle is going to be slowly but surely broken down by these Locust Destroyers as they, in a crazed formation, try and run back home. Does end up going down. Very unfortunate. Do have a couple of Hellfire Dreadnoughts and some Khorne Berserkers now coming to see what they can do, but I don't know if they've lost too much in that last assault to be able to stand up to Necrons now.
It's not only the units they lost. Look at base. The Wraith decapped 1-2 points already, and yeah, they did a good job in decreasing the economy of the World Eaters. And just for the number enjoying guys like I am, the economy boost the World Eaters get in melee is percentage based of your current income. So if you do not have any income, the percentage based bonus you get is lower, of course.
Oh, well.
You want to have at least some baseline to work off with. So,
well, it just goes to show that that Khorne Berserker here, losing his mind in the blood and the mud of battle, could have defended his base a little bit better, and now it seems that there's a little bit too much for him to deal with, and he will just GG out of there. So that was a very exciting game, I do have to say. Before we conclude, Max, would you like to throw out any of your socials?
Oh yeah, so shows, I am more or less only on YouTube. I do have a channel where I do a lot of Dawn of War Unification stuff. I have casts, I have guides, I have Let's Play, I have a Pro-Op series that slowly but surely is developing. And yeah, a lot of other German content as well, if you so happen to understand German. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fantastic. All right, to you boys and girls, it's been a pleasure as always, never a chore. We'll see you in a bit. Peace.
Bye bye.